Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this Thursday evening. As always, we bring you news, economics, weather, community stories, sports, and so much more. I am Glenna Rashipura. Getting into the news tonight, Network Media Hub presenter Tuyemo Haidula visited the Ongwediva annual trade fair crawl, where the town council officials were busy with the sale of 110 pigs that have been impounded since 2022. Ongwediva Town Local Economic Development Head Penda Kashi Kawamwa told Namibian Sun that the highest bidder paid $2,000 Namibian. Let's take a look.
Good afternoon, viewers. We are here at the Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair Crawl, where the Ongwediva Town Council is busy auctioning off 110 pigs, which have been roaming around the streets of Ongwediva and have been impounded by Town Council. The impounded pigs, Town Council makes an announcement that the owners should come to the crawl to collect their pigs, and when that is not done, they then decide to auction the pigs to the public. So far, they've auctioned 38 pigs, and the most expensive was 2,000.
At a media briefing held today in Windhoek, Roads Authority Chief Executive Conrad Lutombi announced the opening of the full 10-kilometer stretch of the Dr. Hage Geingob freeway to the airport. Previously, the road was only open up to the Robert Mugabe interchange, but as of today, road users can access the Dr. Sam Shifidi interchange connecting Avis, Eros, and Kleine Cooper, Lutombi stated. For travelers coming from the airport, they can now join the freeway via the Avis interchange, while those from Okahanja can connect through the Western Bypass. This development will reduce congestion, especially for heavy trucks bypassing the city, he added. Getting into our next story, Electoral Commissioner Gershon Sindano commended ECN for its efforts during the 2024 elections. Let's take a look.
The task today is to present the closing remark. Despite the uncertainty that often comes with the hurdles of organizing elections of this magnitude, our hearts as a commission are alive with hope and responsibility to the call of duty. Today we have witnessed not just numbers and names of candidates or political parties, but a tapestry woven with the aspirations of millions of Namibians watching tonight. Each vote cast is a flicker of a dream, a heartbeat, echoing the collective will of the Namibian people. Today marks the conclusion of a very significant chapter in our country's democratic journey. Even when it felt lonely and cold, throughout the nights of result verification and certifications, amid a storm of criticism, the Commission stood firm and unwavering. In the face of choices, the Namibian people embraced their power, forging paths, not just for themselves, but for generations yet to come. Today's presidential and National Assembly election results are not just a tally of winners and losers. They are a true reflection of our democratic values, our social struggles, our undying quest for progress and togetherness. Therefore, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the contesting candidates and political parties. Your participation in this election has strengthened the very fabric of our electoral democracy. Your commitment to the democratic process and your willingness to serve the Namibian people is praiseworthy. Needless to say, politics at its very core is about power distribution through choices. To the Namibian people, today you demonstrated that the greatest part of this nation does not lie in its majestic splendor of the Namib Desert, where the desert meets the ocean, but rather in the Namibian people's resolve to embrace democracy and peacefulness. Your determination to endure the unrelenting heat for hours to cast your vote is unmistakable every step of the way. You have pronounced yourselves through the ballots Your voices are now imprinted in the annals of our country's history. And let us not forget the tireless efforts of the Electoral Commission and all our staff and assistants who worked meticulously throughout the night to ensure that the results of these elections were accurate and timely. As we move forward from this moment, let us remember that democracy is not just merely about election, it's also about ongoing engagement, political dialogue, and respect for different views. As we leave this gathering, let us all carry forth the torch of hope, illuminating the face of challenges, shining bright the paths of political understanding, compassion, love, and solidarity. May we all stand hand in hand, committed to the ideals that bring us together as a diverse, yet a unified people of this country. Thank you, Namibians, for your courage and conviction. Thank you for making your voices heard. Together, we look to the future with hope and determination. Let us step forward, united and resolute, ready to write the next chapter in our shared values and democracy. The Namibian story of hope, progress, and enduring strength of togetherness. Thank you.
Urban and Rural Development Minister Erastus Utonie congratulated President-elect Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah and asked the nation to celebrate her win irrespective of their political affiliation. Utonie said the nation has spoken through the voting process and their voices should be heard and respected. He was speaking at the unveiling of 26 street names by the Ongwediva Town Council. Utonie used the opportunity to congratulate Nandi-Ndaitwah, who was announced on Tuesday as the winner of the presidential race in the just-ended elections. He also used the opportunity to congratulate all those who have been selected to the National Assembly. Utonie is one of the ministers who currently fell out of the 51 seats that the ruling SWAPO party won. The process is always tough. Accept defeat. Getting angry will not help anyone. We will celebrate one of the good days. Let us celebrate the winners irrespective of which political party you belong to. We all want what is best for Namibia as a country. We are one nation and should work together for development and putting political differences aside, he said to a load of hand of applause. That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, we get into our story of the day.
Only free range. What's right for our laying hens is right for you. Only local, never imported. Only date-stamped eggshells so you know it's still fresh. The only eggs to choose.
ShopRite Namibia and Synergy Chatbot are delivering the Christmas spirit. This festive season, I've got a very special surprise just for you. My magical elves will be delivering gifts straight to your doorsteps. Grab your crayons or pencils and draw me a picture. Simply save the number on your phone and follow the on-screen prompts.
Getting into our story of the day, Roads Authority CEO Conrad Lutombi also announced plans to address the 4.4-kilometer bottleneck on the Western Bypass, a key section of the Windhoek-Okahandja route. We have approached the Central Procurement Board and are optimistic construction will begin soon, Lutombi stated. Estimated costs will exceed the current $2.8 billion budget. The project includes a full interchange at what they call Sam Nujoma West and Rocky Crest. Furthermore, Lutombi addressed concerns regarding the 4.4-kilometer bottleneck on the Western Bypass. The section has become a dangerous area with increased accidents due to traffic converging into a single lane. He noted, adding that safety measures, including road signs, have been implemented. Let's take a look.
budgetary constraints, we had first to focus on Windhoek Okahandja. Now that we are finished with Windhoek Okahandja, we have approached the Central Procurement Board, and I'm very optimistic that they have considered it, and very soon we'll start with the construction of that 4.4 kilometers. Currently, it's quite a very dangerous spot. We have put some road signs there, but we have also seen an increased number of road accidents as a result of you are coming from north and coming from south from Yunnan. You just as you are driving, you converge into a single carriage, and that really becomes creates a traffic conflict. So, but I'm happy that we have the funds, and we will now start with the approval of the Central Procurement Board. We'll commence with the upgrading of that to a freeway. There will be a full interchange on what we call Semleoma West, as well as you are crossing to Rockcrest. We are going to extend that bridge, and then on the traffic lights from
our correspondent Philippus Joseph contributed that video. Moving on, according to Economic News, the EU has invested $12.7 billion into the Namibian economy. We expand on this after the break.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Getting into our economic news, the European Union was Namibia's top source of foreign direct investment in 2023, contributing $12.7 billion to the country's economy. Economist Robin Sherburn said the EU continues to be one of Namibia's top trade partners, maintaining the position since 2004. The EU has been a stable and significant trading partner for Namibia, contributing not only through exports but also through substantial FDI across various sectors, Sherborne said. Within this period, the region came in third place behind China and South Africa, with an injection of $70 billion and $36 billion respectively. This comes as the EU has accounted for a major portion of Namibia's merchandise exports, with the bloc along with South Africa, Botswana, China, and other top 10 markets, making up over 80% of exports since 2004. In the past 5 years, this share has risen to over 90%. Diamonds, uranium, and gold remain the dominant exports to the EU, with countries such as Belgium, Spain, the Netherlands, France, Italy, Germany, and Portugal making up 95% of Namibia's exports to the region in 2023, he said. In 2023, Germany, the Netherlands, Italy, Spain, France, Poland, Greece, and Ireland accounted for 75% of imports from the EU. Sherborne also noted that EU-based companies have been active investors in Namibia across various sectors, including agriculture, fishing, mining, oil and gas, manufacturing, green hydrogen, renewable energy, and hospitality. He added that Namibia's export mix to the EU is notably more diversified compared to other trading partners, signaling a growing range of goods being traded, which includes renewable energy projects like charcoal. On the import side, Namibia's reliance on South Africa has decreased since 2004, attributed largely to the growth in diamond imports and increased diversification in petroleum products. However, the EU remained a key source of imports in 2023, with 19 product categories accounting for more than 1% of the total import value. This comes as the EU delegation to Namibia hosted a stakeholder workshop focused on EU-Namibia trade and investment relations today. Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 22.92, against the euro at 19.09, against the US dollar at 18.09, to Namibian dollars and 50 cents against yuan Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, gold, copper, and Brent crude oil went up, while platinum went down. Brent crude oil trading at 0.06%, going for $74.04 per barrel. In international news, South African Airways cancels some flights as pilots go on strike. South African Airways said it had cancelled flights to Perth and Sao Paulo on Thursday after receiving confirmation from the SAA Pilots Association that they plan to strike following a deadlock in pay talks. The company decided on Wednesday night to cancel the Perth and Sao Paulo routes after being told a strike planned for Thursday would go ahead. Kaya Buthelezi, the airline's senior manager of corporate relations, told Reuters, "That's the decision we took last night since we could not find a partner airlines that we can transfer our customers to. It became clear that those two routes must be cancelled," he said. Early on Thursday, there were no disruptions to domestic flights or routes across Africa as the airline had made contingency plans, he said. Some pilots were seen picketing outside the SAA office at the OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg, Buthelezi said. SAA pilot Siboziso Ngumalo, representing the SAA Pilots Association and the National Transport Movement Pilots Forum, told public news broadcaster SABC that beyond monetary value, their demands centered around better working conditions and conditions of employment. The company has made a profit in the past couple of months. It's not like we want a piece of that pie. We just want to have better working conditions, Ngumalo said. SAAPA's initial demands in May was for a 30% increase in pilot salaries, which was subsequently reduced to 15.7%, including associated benefits, SAA said in a statement this week. SAA's interim chief executive officer John Lamola said in the statement that the demand for a 15.7% pay rise would trigger the company's decline into bankruptcy. The airline has offered an 8.46% pay increase backdated to April. That concludes our international news. Let's take a look at the weather predictions. Getting into our weather predictions for tomorrow, the capital city can expect a minimum of 17 and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions, while Gobabis can enjoy partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 19 and a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius. Katima can also expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 22 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 42 degrees Celsius. Henties Bay can expect a minimum of 14 and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions, while Rehoboth can also enjoy some sunny weather with a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Adams Bay can expect a minimum of 16 and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius with partly cloudy conditions. We'll now head over to the sports desk, proudly brought to you by Sports Rep.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first, and it's from the English Premier League. It was a big game. It was Liverpool that played against Newcastle United. It ended a 3-3, and it's described as one of the best games of the season so far. And it was late in the game, Fabian Schär, that made it 3-3 for Newcastle. And that means that Liverpool still leads on the points table. They've got 35 points after 14 games, but Chelsea and also Arsenal and Manchester City all getting closer to them. They all had also wins, and it is at the moment Chelsea with 28 points after 14 games. Arsenal same, also 28 points after 14 games, and Manchester City with 26 games after 14 games. Other results, Manchester City beat Nottingham Forest by 3-0, and it was Chelsea that was way too strong for Southampton, beating them by 5-0, and then also Everton, they beat Wolverhampton by 4-0, and it is Arsenal with a big win over Manchester United, Arsenal winning that game at home by 2-0. The next game for log leaders Liverpool will be against Everton, and they don't get them at a good time. That will be this coming weekend. Everton beating Wolverhampton by 4-0. So it is Everton that will have a home game against Liverpool this weekend. On to cricket news. It's a South African women's team with a good result in Kimberley. It's the first of 3 50-over ODIs that's played, and it's South Africa that won by 6 wickets. England batting first, 186, and that is all out in 38.4 overs. It's Charlie Dean with 47 runs off just 57 deliveries, and it is 189 for 4. That was the total that South African women team achieved after 38.2 overs. The best batsman there, it was Laura Wolfhard with 59 runs, and also Nadine de Klerk with a very fast 48 runs off just 28 deliveries. The next game will be played this coming Sunday. That's the second game, and that will be played in Durban. There's a third one following next week. Closing off today's international sports news, it's Formula 1 motor racing, and it's Lewis Hamilton that say it will be an emotional last race for him for Mercedes-Benz this coming weekend in Abu Dhabi. That's the last race of the season. Max Verstappen already won, but it is Mercedes-Benz that say that it will be hard to let Lewis Hamilton go. He's been there for 12 years. In that time, Mercedes-Benz has won 8 Constructors' Championships, and it was also 6 times that Lewis Hamilton won the championship in the Mercedes-Benz. He will race for Ferrari next year. That is Lewis Hamilton. There he will join Charles Leclerc as a team member. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
As the holiday season draws near, Shoprite and Synergy Chatbot are delivering the Christmas spirit. Welcome at Santa's wish list. Follow the instructions to submit your drawing and letter to Santa. Step 1. Start by drawing a picture for Santa. And when you're done, just jot down a few details about yourself right next to it. Step 2. Scan the QR code and it will open up WhatsApp with a little message that says #ShopRiteSanta. Just send that message to Santa. Or if you like, you can also type #ShopRiteSanta into WhatsApp and send it to the number as indicated. Step 3. Follow the simple steps in the chatbot and submit your name and age, and most excitingly, the present you've picked from the list. Don't forget to include your physical address so Santa can find his way to you. Step 4. Once you've completed the previous steps, snap a photo of your drawing and your letter to Santa to submit your entry. Now, remember, I'm looking forward to all the wonderful drawings and letters you'll be sending my way. See you soon, and keep spreading that holiday cheer. Ho, ho, ho! Santa has a festive surprise for you. Starting 2nd December, unwrap the magic of Christmas with our Advent calendar. Spot the Christmas globes in your favorite newspapers from Monday to Friday. Scan the QR code or WhatsApp #AdventCalendar24 to the Synergy chatbot. Find the Christmas globes on NTV. Or visit our Facebook pages for daily Advent doors from Monday to Saturday. Win daily prizes Lucky winners will be contacted and Logistics Hub Namibia will deliver your prize. Merry Christmas from Santa and his proud prize sponsors.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Do make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 from every Monday to Thursday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.